looking forward to coming to more. So thank you to everyone who actually organized it. Maybe as my closing remark, I'll just say a word or two in a different language. So Mandarin, we can say 谢谢, which means thank you. We can say, let's say in Spanish, we can say yo soy vegetariano, which means I'm vegetarian, which I am. French, we can maybe say, I don't know, French we can say, okay, je m'appelle Azren, my name's Azren. Damn it, guys, I wish I could have recorded that whole lesson and just like posted it. Oh, that was my favorite, one of the favorite lessons I've taught in a long time. Long story short, I've got a student who was really struggling with our language lessons, was having a little bit of a hard time. And today we had a little bit of a breakthrough. We found out that he's really big into music, and I didn't know that before. He loves music, really big into it. And we started to adjust our teaching approach. We started to listen to different songs. We started to get involved that way. And he was very engaged. He had a great time. He asked me if I could send him a bunch of music for him to listen to. Now he's actually gonna want to listen to music in his free time, because one of the challenges we're having is that my one student, you know, we're struggling to find a way to incorporate some of the language into his day-to-day life, which is a really big piece of when you're learning a language, right? Is how much can you focus on language outside of your lessons? And it's hard to find a way to do so if you don't like the approach you're following with the language. It's like myself, it'd be very hard for me to force myself to read, you know, a textbook or do grammar drills every day. Like, it's hard for me to do that. But for instance, listening to music and reading the lyrics is like easy. I'll do that. I already do that probably an hour, 2 hours a day with like Mandarin music. It's crazy. I just do it because I like it, and it gives me lots and lots of exposure. And weirdly, it's a tangent, but an important tangent. I probably learn just as much by listening to music as I do in my actual classes, which is quite fascinating. I hadn't realized that until I was talking with my student. And, you know, I'm glad we found something that's going to work for the student of mine. And yeah, it shows me, it's another piece of evidence that you need to really understand how you learn, and you have to incorporate languages into your lifestyle in a way that you're going to enjoy, whether that's through music, whether it's through reading, whether it's through just like conversation, whether it's through even just traditional classes, whether it's through, I don't know, right? Whether it's through like watching plays, whether it's through dancing, art, poetry, singing, like, I don't know. There's so many ways. And, you know, as I'm saying all this out loud, I can already like imagine what's going through some people's brains of like, this is all great, Azren. How do I figure out what the way is for me? How do I know that singing is the one that's going to work? How do I even get all these ideas that you have? And this brings me back to what I said yesterday in my yesterday's vlog, or my last vlog, which is, you know, for the majority of people, it's going to be very hard. These ideas are not going to occur to you. You're not going to know how to implement it, which is why I do think, you know, if you're learning a language, you've got to figure out a way, whether virtually or in the real life, to incorporate someone like myself or someone who's very deeply entrenched in languages, who loves it, who lives and breathes it, who works in it, who spends every waking hour on it, because they can help you problem solve these things. And you've got to find that person in real life, man, or virtually, one of the two. You've got to attach yourself to them. It's the only way to get these ideas and accelerate that progress and find the ways that are going to work for you. I think that's what makes me a great teacher. I think it's what makes me good, is that I can help you figure out your interests, and I can help really structure a plan and teach you in a way that's going to be the fastest for you, which is something I don't think most people even make an effort to do. Most people don't even think about it. They get so caught up in their freaking, oh, here's my freaking textbook. Oh, this is my method. I teach through poetry. I teach through this. I teach through this. And nobody's going like, I have 7,000 different ways I can teach you, and I'm going to adapt based on what someone needs. No one does that, man. It's too hard. It's too hard. I understand why you don't, because most people don't like languages the same way that I do. I love languages. Like, that's what I live for. I breathe for that. That's my oxygen. That's like my big thing. And I understand that most teachers, it's not. Most language people, it's not. But you got to attach yourself to someone who loves the languages, right? It'll help you. You'll learn more, whether it's a teacher, whether you befriend someone like me, whether you're just messaging me every now and then, or someone like me, or whatever it is. Like, get as close as you can, man. Fly as close as you can to the sun. Do it, man. It'll help. So, anyway, end the rant there.
teaching, like really teaching all the time?
So I do. So my life is split into, I would say, like 2 major parts. Part 1, I think, is teaching. So probably like, I basically have 2 full-time jobs. So full-time job number 1 is teaching.
Yeah.
Full-time job number 2 is, oh sorry, I should rephrase. Full-time job number 1 is teaching slash teaching related tasks. So like I'm working with a tutor who works for me, things like that.
Okay, nice.
And then full-time job number 2 is everything branding and like making all my videos on Instagram and YouTube and Snapchat and making sure I'm doing collaborations and doing things like this to make sure I'm meeting different people and networking, and so busy. It's busy.
Would you like to get to a point where you're not teaching at all, or do you want to be teaching?
I like teaching. I enjoy it. I don't know if I don't want to ever not teach. The thing is, like, it's so. The thing is, my goals are very up in the air. It's so early for me.
Yeah.
Like, so I met Nick through our window camp.
Yeah.
Right? So that's how I met Nick. I did that for 6 years. That was like my life. Like, I spent more time on my window cleaning business than school.
Yeah.
Like, your equal amount, maybe. So it was like my life. Even when I graduated, a couple of years of like full time, and you know, that was more than just regular full time. It's like 70, 80 hours a week, right? That was my life since like 18 to 24. And then I only stopped that a little over a year ago. Traveled for 3-4 months. I was gone, didn't really work. And then, you know, call it February, March of this year, I was like, hey, let's start making some money and working. So, and I started really low key. I was actually not, I had very low self-confidence.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if I could actually work for myself and earn a living.
Yeah.
I was nervous. So I took it very cautiously, very slowly.
Yeah.
Like, I was very cautious. I made videos and stuff, but I was very like super cautious. I didn't want people to know I was super serious. I was like, and then it starts to pick up, and all of a sudden you're making money, and then you're making your full-time income. You're like, wow, I'm making what I need to like survive and cover my costs, and then you're like, wow, people like my videos, like there's traction on them, and you know, it's nowhere near you, which is fine, but like it's clicking, you know, chugging away, and it feels good, it's fun, so confidence builds and builds and builds, and you're like, wow, this is kind of what I do now, and you kind of get into a rhythm, and